Hi guys, welcome to class. Today we're going to have a look at the topic of wealth. It's a two-part class because yesterday we had a discussion, a very interesting discussion about poverty. Now we're going to do something a bit more interesting and talk about wealth and what wealth means to you. Would you like to be wealthy? The definition of wealth in your country, things like this. So that's going to be the aim of the class, and hopefully lots of people will join in. So I've just written you a message saying to add me on Facebook if you haven't already, but Chow already has, and he is there. So how are you, Chow?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
Are you interested in becoming wealthy?
Becoming wealthy.
Becoming wealthy.
Becoming wealthy. You know my philosophy about the money wealthy, so I'm not too interested on becoming wealthy. But it is not a bad thing. Yeah.
Okay, why is it not a bad thing?
I can do the things I want to do. I don't need to struggle and to do the things that not necessary. I mean, I can find the shortcut to do the things. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a certain sense of freedom attached to it. If you have wealth, you also have relative freedom. Yeah, you can do whatever you like. You can choose what you want to do and stuff. Dennis, what is your attitude to wealth? Is that another problem with me? Okay, maybe it's loading.
No,
no, it's okay. Yeah, that's, I can't hear anyone, so that means it's me. Okay, so Dennis, how are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm still okay.
Perfect, cool. And what's your attitude to wealth?
My attitude, well, it's better to be rich than to be poor.
Yep.
So this is my attitude.
So you are a fan of wealth? And
no,
I guess...
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of wealth, but I'm definitely not a fan of poverty, Martin.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of so-so. But would you like to be wealthy? And is this a really stupid question?
No, I would like, but I don't know. For me, it's not a major interest in my life, so I never will be.
Yeah.
And I do nothing to be a wealthy person.
Yeah. So is it something that you would like to just have? Because for example, if you won a lot of money, like a lottery or something, would you be happy with this money, or does it make no difference how you get the money? For you, it's not of a main interest.
No, it's very important to me, of course. It should be a very interesting occupation.
Yeah.
Just something very interesting. Yeah, it's not just to create something. You know, it's not for me. I'm not a businessman, and maybe some kind of technology, maybe something about science like this.
Okay, so if it's in your field of interest and the money comes with that, then why not? Yeah, but in terms of creating something, things. But Chow, what about you? Do you have the ability to create something big that will create a lot of wealth for you and for other people?
I mean, I can create a object or no a project to make money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be interesting for you?
I don't think so, but some initiative idea or find some technology. Actually, I don't think I can make such a good project with the large wealth. I'm going to do this academic study and something like that.
Yeah, so it depends, yeah? And this thing, and I want to know how wealth is viewed in your countries, And if there is some kind of suspicion amongst wealthy people, so when you see, for example, Chow, a guy with a really, really expensive car, like the cars we were referring to earlier, or with a really big house, are you immediately suspicious about this person? Do you wonder how he got the money or she got the money?
Yeah, sure. In in our society, the people would regard a young guy who have the expensive car and such things like that. We would think his father is a officials or a have a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I think he just used his father's money. Yeah, it is some kind of common sense among the Chinese.
Yeah.
They would call them.
Okay, so there's some kind of suspicion. How the hell did he get it? Yeah, so that's the thing. And Dennis, what about in Moscow? Because there are lots. I think in Moscow there are the most billionaires in the world. I think in terms of like per kilometer or square kilometer. I think Moscow homes the most billionaires in the world. I've heard. I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard this. Um, are you
Me too.
suspicious about wealthy people?
Yeah.
Hello again.
Okay, so
Nice
it's
to
going to
see
be
you.
this day, isn't it? Right. So every single class. Right. Anyway, so I was asking you. I don't know if
Every
you talk about
single
me.
teacher,
Is it as well, or just me?
all teachers here.
Are having this problem.
They are all here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so good. I'm happy that it's not me. I was getting worried. Did someone have a class before me just now? In the previous
No,
hour?
it's
Just a general problem.
No,
Okay,
today
so,
there is
sorry, Zuran? Zuran, can you hear?
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Do you know why? Yeah. So did you think of something? I'm not sure. Anyway,
No,
we'll go on. We'll
today
go on. Yep.
the uh,
just a common Google's problem.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh, monopoly now. Okay. So, yeah, I was asking you, Dennis, if there's a suspicion about wealth. Yeah. So, if you are suspicious when you see someone with a lot of money,
Yeah,
I think all the suspicious
yeah,
ones get sent to London, right? So I've heard this that a lot of dodgy ones
yeah,
go to London.
yeah. to buy a football club or something
Yeah.
like this. Yeah, it's a very common stereotype in Russia. If a person has a lot of money, it means that this is something illegal, this way.
Yeah,
It's a
they've
very
stolen
common
the money,
stereotype.
yeah? So they've got it through crime or something like that. It's not like
Yeah.
they've earned the
Not
money, yes?
not crime, like murder, yeah, but crime, just corruption or something very strange manipulation with their money, saying this way.
Through unethical ways, yeah? So through unethical ways, they haven't earned the money in a necessarily honest way.
They steal from the people, from Russian people, basically.
Michael, yes. Good.
Oh, Michael. Hello, Michael.
I didn't know you sneaked in. Okay, so Michael, how are you today?
I'm doing very well.
I thought you'd like this topic. So, what's your attitude to wealthy people? In fact, I know, yeah? So you're going to say you are skeptical about...
I think Michael is a very rich person.
I think he's an oligarch. I really think so.
Yeah.
If I would be rich, I wouldn't buy tickets from the supermarket to participate in a lottery.
No. That's why you'll be rich. Yeah. So that's why you're rich is because you don't spend money. Yeah. So okay, Michael, how are you today? You okay? And what's your attitude to wealth? And are you skeptical?
Where are you from, by the way, Michael?
Michael, where are you from?
From Russia.
Which part of Russia? Have you forgotten?
Moscow.
Moscow. Moscow region. Good. Okay. So. In Moscow, Michael, you must see a lot
Which
of
part
wealthy
of
people.
Moscow?
Yeah. What's your street? What's your district?
Why have to say you here where I live, my street? And
because I'm a spy, yeah. So I need to.
You want to come to rob me or
District.
something
Not
like that?
street,
We
district.
want your TV. Yeah. What street is it, Michael?
What?
What street do you live on?
I'm not going to say you my street.
Oh,
Why
I'm
would you
disappointed.
say?
Okay, so on your street, give us a clue. On your street, are there lots of Mercedes or BMWs? What are their number plates?
What?
No, their registration plates. Yeah, then we can identify where you live. But Michael, okay, so in Moscow, do you see lots of wealthy people, and what do you think of them?
Yes, I see a lot. Not a lot, but many wealthy people, and it's okay.
It's all right, yeah. So it works, yeah. Okay, that's good. And I've just read Charles' message. Martin was kidnapped. Hope he'll be okay. Let's find a solution to save Martin. Okay, so we found a solution. Martin is safe. Zuran.
There was no
Yeah.
message from you, Martin.
There's another message from me or for me.
From you.
What? I'm worried. So, someone's hacked into me and... No, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. So, Zuran,
Yes.
what about you and wealthy people? Do you have a good relationship with wealth? Do you like wealth?
My relationship, in my relationship, relatives, there are no wealthy people. But I know some people who is wealthy. I have to say, in China, there are two kinds of rich men. One kind is very educational, and the other is
Educated. Okay.
okay, educated, and the other kind is rude. I think it's two sides, two poles.
Again, linking to coins, you could say there's two sides of the coin. Yeah, two sides of the coin.
No, I want to say, one is the top and the other is the bottom. How to say? We see two pole.
Two pole.
No.
Can you tell me if it makes a noise, okay? Can you hear a noise? Wait. that okay?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it noisy? Okay,
That's okay.
good. Okay, perfect.
Can I say two poles in a certain thing?
2 poles.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
You can
what you mean.
see
What? Yep. Sorry.
you can see in the Google chat.
Yeah. But poles. I'm not sure what you mean. Could you explain it? So you tell me context. So there are 2 poles of people. Do you
In Chinese, we have such a expression
mean?
that
Okay.
one is very good and the other is very bad. So we say they are in two poles.
Okay. So they're like 2 pieces. I'm not sure what you say. It's like 2 sides of the coin. Yeah. So one's one thing and one's the other thing. I'm saying. But a pole is what we call a Polish person. Yeah. So I thought you said in my there are 2 poles, like 2 Polish people. But 2 poles. I'm not sure. South Pole to North Pole. Chow, do you know this expression? And can you find a translation?
I know maybe a little differences between the Chinese and English. We say the two poles means there are extreme differences between the this and this. They are just extremely different. And
Oh,
there's
like the North Pole
middle.
and South Pole. Okay.
Yeah.
They're poles. Yeah. We say this. No, they are poles apart. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Sorry. Oh, they are poles apart, meaning they're so far away that it's like the North Pole and the South Pole. They are poles apart. Yeah, we say this. Sorry, now I understand.
Thank you. Now I learned this phrase.
All right. Dennis, sorry, you were going to say something?
Yeah, it's about south and north poles, or about poles, electric poles.
No. It just means they're poles apart, meaning like one's the South Pole, one's the North Pole, and there's a massive difference between. So they're poles apart. Okay.
Because in Russian it's about electricity, different poles.
They're poles. They're different poles. Maybe it could link to that, but when we say poles apart, it means I don't know if the Chinese one means the electricity poles or the North Pole and South Pole. Ciao?
North Pole and South Pole.
But in Russian, you say it's to do with like the electricity poles and stuff. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so they're poles apart. And is there a suspicion, Zuran? Are you suspicious of wealthy people? Do you wonder where they get their money from, or for you, are you completely indifferent, meaning you don't care? It's their life.
I don't think. What to ask?
Yep. So, are you suspicious of wealthy people, or do you wonder when you see a wealthy person what he's doing, if he's a criminal or this, or do you just let it go? And
I think it's true. It's certain. It's no doubt that most of the people who has much money, at first they must build up with some illegal methods. I think it's true. And after they have the economic foundation, they will change the method into legal ways.
Okay, so
you know,
they start off illegally and then they turn it legally and things like this.
I think so. Especially they have a lot of knowledge and they transfer the knowledge into wealth. It's another way. But except this way, the rich man first have to do some bad things.
Yeah. Okay. First. So that's interesting. The only time I've been curious about seeing a wealthy person was in London, around Covent Garden. There was a guy from Dubai. I knew he was from Dubai because his car had a number plate with Dubai on it, and he was just driving around watching everything. But I don't know how he got his car to London, in the centre of London. It was a Dubai number plate, all in Arabic, and it was a really, really expensive car. You know, it was like a Bentley or something like this. And he was just driving around watching. And for me, that's one time I was like, what? Yeah. So why bring your car all the way to London from Dubai? And what the hell is he doing on his own driving around central London? Yeah. So and just looking at everything. So that's the one time I thought was quite shocking. I haven't see. You know, if I see a European number plate, that's big whoop. Yeah. So you see that. But a number plate from Dubai, how the hell did he transport the car? So I was curious. I wasn't suspicious. I was just curious about how he did it. Yeah. So if he brought it in some kind of private plane or some kind of yacht or whatever. But Yeah, that was only one time. That's cool. But Sri, what would you say?
Martin, I have a question to you. How about your suspicions and attitudes to Russians, for example, who buy football clubs in England?
It's a bit shady, right? Yeah, I would say. Well, the general attitude is we're a bit suspicious. We think, well, what? Yeah. So because there's so many who have so many billions of dollars, yeah, and we can't understand where the money comes from, in the sense that how can they get money so quickly, yeah? Because it's possible, yeah, in the UK you can be a millionaire, you can be a billionaire, but you have to do something really incredible, yeah. But we're just wondering where the money comes from, but we kind of like ignore it, yeah. Just observe it, yeah. Because yeah, it's true that capitalism, for example, in Russia has existed only for 20 years or so, yeah, or 25 years, and there's so many in London with so many billions, yeah, and for us we're like, what? Yeah, so we don't understand where the money comes from. But what do you say about this, Dennis? Where does the money come from?
From oil, from earth.
That's the point, yeah. So Russia has a lot of gas and resources.
Yeah.
These are obtained in an honest way.
It's a very relative question. So it depends what you mean by this.
So who owns the oil companies? And
it was a very strange situation in Russia in the 90s, and it was just impossible to. And now it's just absolutely impossible to decide which ways was right or wrong, legal or illegal. It was just absolutely a mess.
So people profited from the change in the system, right? You're saying? So the Soviet Union collapsed, and then some people somehow profited from this. Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the Russian attitudes to these people? So what is normal Russian on the streets attitude? Do they resent these people, thinking, well, they've somehow, well, maybe not abused, maybe they did it in a completely honest way, but there's maybe a resent towards these people. What's your attitude and normal Russians' attitude?
In general, I think, and it's common in all the world, that general people don't like the rich people.
Yeah. Unless you're also rich, yeah. But even then, if you're rich, you'll be jealous that they're also rich. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah. As I said before, it's a very common stereotype because these people just make their money from something not good way. So of course, yes. And if to speak about Britain and about football clubs, it's considered like can I say it?
We're aware that
when you find a place to escape, maybe in
and this
danger.
Is one thing they're talking about is relations between Russia and the UK. Is that your government don't want these people to escape to the UK because sometimes, for example, if they've committed a crime in Russia, they go to the UK, buy a football club, and because they've invested money, they can stay in the UK and they avoid maybe punishment in Russia. Stuff like this. I've heard that there's a bit of tension between the governments on this one because, on the one hand, UK government wants them there to invest. On the other hand, the Russian government doesn't want them to go because they're escaping Russia, and things like this. So I've heard that there is some tension with this. But what have you heard, Dennis?
Yes, and London, it's a very common place to escape and reach Russian people. And we have a very strange relationship between UK and Russia. For example, I really like read news on BBC. On BBC, yeah? Or from
on the BBC, yeah.
on BBC, and I don't know, 90% of this news, I mean news about Russia, it's negative, absolutely negative. Even news not directly concerned.
Like today, just before we spoke now, I was reading BBC News. There's a new article today talking about... Yeah, did you read it?
Yeah. Even two news, and it also was news about Georgia, which was not directly concerned to Russia, but it was about Russia.
Yeah.
So maybe you just miss it.
Yeah, so, the thing is, it's because for us, we see Russia as such a mystery. We don't understand Russia because we don't know much about it, and that's the thing. And the news probably, there is a lot of negativity and things, just because it's something that we don't completely know about, yeah? So for us, it's kind of like we see it as a mystery. We just hear about, things like, British spies went to Moscow, Moscow spies went to... Things like this. So I'd say there is definitely a little tension there between the relationship, I'd say, from governments, yeah? But equally, they're trying to build ties, yeah? So a couple of years ago, David Cameron went to Moscow trying to, say, let's connect. But I don't know if it can happen, yeah? So if there can be some kind of ties, because the two governments see things in different ways, I'd say, yeah? So even things on Syria and stuff like that. But there is a bit of tension. But it doesn't affect the normal people, but you would say this. And what's the attitude? How is the UK reported in Russia? So if you were to read a story about the UK, how is it reported?
I'm trying to remember news from
it's not,
UK.
There's nothing's reported, yeah? Like, nothing's important. No, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. No, it's not negative news. Not negative news. Maybe a lot of news about these people who moved to London, and London, because of these people, consider it like very, very just, I don't know, like English government conceal these people. How it can? Yeah, maybe in this way, just in this way. But about UK policy in general, I don't know about something negative. Can't remember.
Yeah, so it's probably, there's nothing interesting to report anyway that would appeal. But we're very curious about Russia. But to be honest, we're very curious about other countries in general. And for example, there's also a lot of news on BBC about China as well. Not bad, but just because we are curious about other countries and things like this, to a certain extent where we're probably pretty nosy, yes. But that's probably not just about the BBC, that's probably about British mentality in general. We like to nose, yeah? Let's just say it this way. Do you know what this means? To nose around, to be nosy.
Yeah.
To see how it is in another world, yeah? And
we're very curious.
I'd say very curious. Probably sometimes we should mind our own business, maybe, yes? That's a thing, but we're very curious. Okay, so Sri, what would you say, yeah? So what was the point? So your attitude to wealth, when you see a wealthy person in Indonesia, what do you think?
Pardon? I didn't get you.
Yeah, so when you see a wealthy person in Syria, Indonesia, why did I say Syria? Indonesia, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't see anything. I mean, I'm in the. I see them indistinctively. Rich people is rich, and sometimes I envy them.
You envy them, yeah? So this is a thing.
Yes.
I would say envy is a big factor. Not just about suspicion, but also envy, yeah? So how can they live so well?
Not because their money, or they are wealthy, but because I see so many poor people outside and they don't care about them.
Yeah.
And some wealthy people just shrug their shoulder when dealing with poor people.
Yeah, so it depends on the attitude, it depends on the characteristic. But is it good
Yes.
to be wanting wealth? Yeah, so to be jealous of wealthy people, is that an unhealthy attitude, Zuran? Or can it make us better, as in wanting always to do more, 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 more? So, Zuran, can it ever be healthy to aspire to be wealthy?
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe the society is changing, and since the history of China caused such a uh, 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 how to say, let me tell you, in some years, China promote the communalism,
Yeah.
and then we transform into socialism. Socialism means that the market is the leader, and
Yeah.
at that time point, some person hold the chance and become the people who become rich first. At that time, our chairman hold the idea that the rich man should help people who are not rich, and we become rich together. But the truth is, people who become rich, don't care about the poor man, and they keep rich forever, and the poor people are still poor.
Each for
But
themselves, each for their own.
oh, I see. Yes, and but such opportunities will not appear anymore. So at this time, I think the chance to uh, become rich maybe not as easy at that time, but is fire for everybody to fight, to make efforts to become rich, although it's not as easy as before.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, in China we have a crime called if you have a lot of money and you cannot tell what's the results of the money, then you are accused to such a crime.
Whoa.
And many officials are accused for such crimes, because in China, so many officials are really wealthy, although they pretend that they are poor.
Yeah. So
They
it's the
are
elite,
another,
right?
yes, they are another kind of rich man, but it's illegal.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, to conceal the wealth and stuff. But Michael, what do you think? Yeah. So also curious about America as well. This attitude. American dream. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. But what do you think the average American's attitude to wealth is? Yeah. So how does an American view wealth compared with the average person from our countries? I would say America is definitely extreme capitalism society, things like the capitalistic society and stuff. But would you say if you asked an average American, Chow, what would you think?
I'm sorry if I'm a American. Then
Asked an average American what their
yeah.
attitude to wealth is, what would you say it would be? As, for example, taking America as the example of an extremely
Well,
capitalist society.
Americans love money. I think they love the they love pursuit for the money. I mean, they love the. I think they are the capitalism. They don't think the money is a bad thing, and maybe the greedy is also not a bad thing. I mean,
And I would say,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe it is a stereotype of the American that
Well, I don't know, but I'd say that's certainly very similar to the British person's attitude. Is I would say it's not necessarily about being greedy, but always striving for more, 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 more. Yeah. So not just about money, but trying to, I don't know, self-improvement is a big thing. This comes from America. Yeah, so I'd say it's, for example, if you go into the average bookshop in the UK, there's a huge section, for example, on self-help books, how to make millions of pounds, how to run your company better, how to do this. And I guess it's the same in your countries now. But originally, maybe it's an American ideal that's very much big in the UK as well. There's kind of like more. And we don't see it as a bad thing, yeah? So when we see a wealthy person, we don't think, oh, yeah, did he do it in a dodgy way? We think, wow, yeah, so he did it. You almost want to be
Robbins?
that. Sorry?
Do you know Tony Robbins?
Tony Robbins, yeah?
Yeah, he's such a coach about success.
Yes, so you get a lot of these kind of self-help coaches and also these books and stuff like this, and they sell really well because it's kind of like people want more. But we see it is greed, but we don't see it in a negative way. Yeah, so we don't associate wanting more money with greed in most people's attitudes. Of course, there's different people. Yeah, so but I don't know. But that definitely, I think, comes from America. So, as they say, we are America's puppy dog. No, but okay. So let's go on. Another topic. So, how rich would you like to be? Twice as rich as you are, a millionaire or a billionaire, or are you perfectly satisfied with your current level of wealth? So, Sri, how rich would you like to be?
How rich you would like to be?
Yeah.
Not really rich. The most important thing for me is live happily and not really rich, but I hope I can get a decent living, a job, and a career. It's always been enough for me. So I'm not really a great person.
So yeah, so to be
Yeah.
content, yeah, to be content,
Yes.
and to have everything you want, yeah. So not striving for
Yes.
more than you have. Be happy with what you got, and that's I think a healthy attitude, yeah. But Zuran, what do you say? How rich would you
Yeah.
like to be? Duran, yeah. So, would you like to be richer than you are now, or are you perfectly content?
I want to be. I don't want to be very rich. The money, the amount of money I want to have is just to afford my dream and to afford the expense of my family. I think it's enough. You know, if a person has enough money, then more money is less significant for him. I don't have such a big dream.
Yeah. So, if you, for example, already have money, why? What motivates people to get more? Yeah. So, why this kind of more attitude? Because there's only so much money you can spend, right? So, and it becomes just figures in an account somewhere, offshore maybe. But Igor, what would you say? How rich would you like to be? Would you like to be more rich than you are now, or are you perfectly content?
I'm perfect content.
I knew you would say that, yeah? So, and would you say, therefore, then...
It's not the thing in rich, how I are rich.
It's not about
it's
wealth.
what you are do, every day, I think.
Yeah, because you can be really rich and work all the time, 7 days a week, 16 hours a day, and is that a better life, yeah, right? Or you can have time... Okay, we're talking about wealth
I mean,
in terms
the
of money,
price, the price that you pay for this
Yeah.
richness. If you win the lottery, it's okay. But if you need to steal this money from the people or to do some things illegal, I don't like this kind of thing. I'm not ready to pay this price. for
Okay,
the
so
money.
it depends on how you get the money, but we've been focusing a lot about wealth to do with money, but there are other things. Wealth can mean things like you're time wealthy or you are wealthy with friends. It just means you've got a lot of. But usually we use it with money, but you would like to be wealthy in other areas, right, Igor? So what areas of your life would you like to be wealthy?
I am wealthy in all areas at the moment.
Already, yeah? So it's when you feel self-satisfaction, things like this, when you feel already content and stuff like this. But
Yeah.
Chow, what would you say? In what area would you like to be most wealthy? Not just about money, but in other areas.
Academic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could be wealthy with knowledge.
Yeah, actually, I remember a expression about, I don't know, you mentioned in our class the time rich and
Yeah.
the
Cash rich, time
poor
rich.
time. Oh
Oh,
yeah, thank you.
cash. No, sorry. Cash rich, time poor.
Yeah, cash rich, time poor. Yeah, I'll take notes.
So that's also, yeah, it's about having enough time and things like this. Yeah, so Dennis, what about you? Would you like to be more rich than you are now in any area, not just about money?
In any area, of course, and given me money, of course,
Yeah.
I would be rich. But yeah, more. It's very common in all people, I think, and you should try. You should try, even if you really want and if you really consider money like something, I don't know, evil. Anyway, you should try. What is it? In reality,
Yeah, so you should, you
to
should
know
make an
to
effort.
know
You
it
should,
better.
yeah, so you should try to always constantly improve and things like this. Strive to get better. But it depends also how you obtain the money as well, because just because you have money doesn't mean you're happy. I've got a friend, for example, who's I hope he's not listening, yeah, so he wouldn't like me telling the story. But unfortunately, his friend, no, his dad died, and he got left with a bit of money, quite a significant bit of money, and now he's completely not happy. Even though he's bought a new car, he's got enough money to buy an apartment, everything like this, but he doesn't know what to do with the money because he's quite young and he's just like, well, I don't want this money, yeah, things like this. So it also depends on how you obtain this money, because it could be something, for example, someone dying, or you could win the lottery and you just have no skills with managing money, things like this. So money can also maybe act as a burden. But Igor, if, for example, through your company, you got given a bonus through your hard work of $1 million, somehow you got $1 million, would you be proud of this money?
We do not have company that give $1 million.
We don't either,
something.
yes. We don't either. But
It's
say,
unbelievable. What?
Say, for example, it did happen. Somehow it happened, but you were rewarded just for your work, not that you got the money from somewhere like you got given it.
So what? What I would do is with
Would you
money?
feel proud of that you've earned this money? Would you like having wealth because you've created your own wealth in an honest way?
I would be the same. Okay, it's okay to have. I would not be proud. I don't know what. It's okay to have money.
Yeah, so it'd be okay, but it depends on how you get it and stuff. Okay,
But
cool.
if I don't have this money, it's okay as well.
Yeah, so if you have it, then good. If you have it, then it's not the end of the world, we say.
Yeah, I'm not concentrating on this topic. Yeah, on this question.
Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, let's go on to the next question. So, would you rather be rich and unknown or famous but poor? Okay, I want to ask Chow this question. So,
This is a question from TOEFL, I think.
yeah, it'll be a similar thing. In the IELTS, they ask questions like this, yeah? So,
Or it's from IELTS, I don't remember.
this one's not. This is just a general question, but they usually ask these kind of questions in the IELTS is like the British version of TOEFL, right? So, yeah, in these kind of exams, they would ask these questions. So, Chow, rich and unknown.
What is? Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
Rich and unknown.
Sorry. Oh yeah, rich and unknown, or what was it? Rich and unknown,
Rich and unknown.
or famous but poor.
Famous but poor. Could I choose
One of them could be because of ego. Yeah, so either of them could be because of ego.
Famous and poor, rich and that is a tough choice, because if you choose this one you can choose another.
Yeah, yeah.
Rich
Rich and famous.
Both, yeah,
famous.
you
I
take
want to
both.
be. I mean, rich and anonymous because actually I want my academic studies to be widespread and I want to others know that. But I don't want to be the poor
But if you
and
got money because of it, yeah. So if you were the best professor in the world, and universities from across the world were fighting to get you in, and they were paying you huge fees just to make some kind of speech, would you not be happy in this situation?
yeah, sure, I would be happy.
Why?
Uh, because I deserve it, right? And I can use them. I can use the money to do the good things.
So
I
then
don't.
you change your attitude
Yeah.
about money.
Nope. My purpose is not to get the money. The money is something that, you know, how should I say that? A
It's
subsidy.
to compensate. It's a compensation
Yeah,
for. It's to
yeah,
compensate you for your work.
yeah, yeah.
But would you then, for example, because you don't care about money, would you say to Harvard University, who have phoned you up, saying, right, we're going to pay you $100,000 to make a 20-minute speech. We're going to fly you in a private jet across the world, and we're going to put you in the most expensive hotel we can find. Would you then say, oh, I don't need it, I'll do it for free because I love it so much?
Actually, it is a very tricky question. I mean, just like if you stay in the street and somebody wants you to shoot the way to somewhere, and you could do it for free and you feel okay. But if the person said, "I'll give you $1," could you tell me where the hotel? You won't do that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think because if you just do it for free, you are in the social norm. But if the person reads, "I'll pay you," you just jump from the social norm to the economic norm.
Yeah.
So that is a tricky one. So actually, I would do it for free
But
because
the thing
I
is,
don't care money too much.
yeah, but but you could give, yeah, with the money, if they paid you though, you could, for example, I don't know, you have money then to
Yeah.
do good, and you could, I don't know, employ someone, yeah, to be your assistant. Immediately that gives
And
someone a job. Or you
yeah,
could donate the money to,
yeah, but it's just like the money inevitably it corrupt the intrinsic value of these things itself. So yeah, I think it is.
so you're saying as soon as money's involved, our attitudes to things change.
Yeah, I think it is
That's an interesting point.
somewhat inevitable and unconscious. Yeah, but I don't. I stay neutral about the money, and I would do it for free if I like it.
But you wouldn't say no if you got offered.
If I got it, I
If you
think
got offered, you wouldn't say no.
uh, yeah.
I think it's a good
But
attitude.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, thank you.
it's to strive for it, not to expect it. But if it happens, then why not? Yeah. So don't
Yeah.
refuse it. But Dennis, would you agree with this? Do you think that's healthy? So to strive for it, or do you think we should just all strive for wealth, or should we just, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, no big deal.
Yeah, yes, maybe. It depends on people, because for there is a lot of people who need just earn money. It's the only purpose for these people, just
Yeah.
bank account and to new numbers on this bank account, and the main goal of these people. So, and they have another attitude for money than myself, for example. For me, it's not so important. I don't know. For some people, it's some kind of competition. I don't know. Just to earn
It's like
money.
points. Yeah. So it's like football. The person with the most points wins. Yeah. And
Yeah.
okay, so some
Yeah.
people also do it as a way of maybe, I don't know, yeah. So feeling confident, yeah, it brings them confidence. They have money in their bank account, so immediately they think, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
better than us or whatever.
and those people really unhappy, then they can't earn money, can
Because
obtain enough money.
you can lose money very quickly as well, yeah? So what if the bank fails, or what if, it gets stolen, things like this. Okay, so let's go into another question. That was I wanted to ask Chow that one, actually. That was quite good. Okay, so in fact, no, I'm going to ask some other people this one. So would you rather be rich and unknown or famous but poor? Dennis? Same question.
I want to be famous, and really I want to be rich.
Rich and famous, why not? Yeah. So, and to be honest,
And rich and famous, yeah, it's best
there is
variation.
like a socially maybe we feel embarrassed about admitting something like this. Yeah. So if you say, Dennis, I want to be rich and famous, I don't know what it's like, but usually people think, oh yeah, so he's too arrogant or he's too up himself. Is it a popular thing to admit? Yeah. So Dennis, would you admit this to your friends in Russia or whatever, if they ask you this question?
Martin, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking if I would be a rich person.
No, if you really, really wanted to be rich and famous, is this acceptable? Is this an acceptable thing socially to admit? Or does it make you look greedy or egotistical? Even
Yeah,
if it's
maybe sometimes. So, as I said, if I would be a rich person, I would go to London, and you, Martin, for example, treated me with suspicion. So it's
yeah. That's the thing. So I'd be like, Dennis, how would you get money? But yeah, then I'll apply for your citizenship. Do you know oligarchs? Dennis, this is interesting for any Russian speakers. One thing that is a very popular job for Russian speakers in the UK and London is to work for these oligarchs as personal assistants, particularly if you're young and attractive and you're female. Yeah, so they pay very high salaries, but they need Russian speakers who basically organise their life, yeah, and travel with them on private jets and stuff. That's a very good opportunity for Russian speakers. And the salary, I've seen salaries like £40,000 a year or something. These people pay. So Dennis, there you go. You could live the lifestyle of a rich oligarch, but you don't have the stress. Yeah, you can just travel in his private jet. Or Michael, but Michael's already the oligarch. Yeah, so we can be Michael's assistant. Okay. Anyway, so Sri, what about you?
already I am.
An oligarch.
Hello, sorry, I missed the discussion. Actually.
No worries. Rich and unknown, or famous? Wait. Yeah, famous but what? What was the question? Wait. Okay, so rich and unknown, or famous but poor? Rich but nobody knows you are rich, or famous but you don't have any money?
It's hard choices. I prefer rich and famous.
Rich and famous, yeah? So, guys, we're changing our attitude, yeah? First, we were just saying that we're all in it for the money's not important. Now you're saying both, yeah? So, okay. Zuran, what about you?
I can't imagine this situation. I think if I get one of them, I can get both of them. For example, if I'm rich and no one knows me, I can donate a lot of money to some club and they know me. And if I am famous, I can be an actor or do some speech and so on. Then I will earn money.
Okay,
I think
so
they come together.
You can't have one without the other. You can get both, yeah? So if you have one of them, then why not get the other? Yeah, you may as well.
You want both.
I think so.
But yeah, Zuran, do you want both?
For me,
that's a yes,
I think I don't want to be famous. But if I have money, if I want, I can be famous. But I don't want to be famous.
But you'd have the
You
money.
won't admit that.
Because it's socially unacceptable. I really think so, yeah? So it's just, I think it's natural instinct to want more, yeah? For survival and things like this.
And
I just think no one would admit it.
To be too famous is not a good thing for a rich man, I think.
Yeah, because also that's another thing, yeah? So if it's not safe, if I
Yeah,
was rich, I wouldn't want everyone to know about it. They would write me letters, or they would say, "Oh yeah, I met you once in the supermarket when you
there
were
is
doing."
a phrase in China. A person is scared of to be famous, and a pig is scared of to be strong.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, it's quite funny. Igor, what would you say? Oh, sorry, Michael, the oligarch T. Rich and fame. No, rich and. Oh, I keep forgetting. Wait, rich and unknown, or famous but poor?
No, no one. Neither of them.
Neither.
Yeah.
What happens if you suddenly get rich without you intending on, or you suddenly get famous without your intention? Would you be a miserable person?
I
as a
would
result?
put money in the bank.
Or you would donate it to Chow, yeah? So
No, I would put money in the bank and I would open some business.
invest it, yeah? So do something worthwhile with it, yeah?
Of
Okay,
course.
that's cool. Okay, so, or buy a bigger screen. Igor, Michael, buy a bigger screen.
For you?
No, for you, yeah, for me as well, yeah? So I'm screen poor, yeah? So, I don't know if we can say this, but yeah. Michael, you have a screen, but you want a bigger screen. But you can
Only
do
for
this with your
you,
wife.
I do not need.
Okay, good. Donate me one. Yeah, so 13-inch really is not enough. I'm starting to notice this after our discussion. Afterwards, I was thinking, actually, yeah, it's really, really small. Yeah, so, okay. Anyway, we're going to continue this in the next session, but we're going to ask you 2 more questions if we have time. Well, maybe 1 more question. Do you know anyone who knows the price of everything, the value of nothing? This is a very common saying. So, to know the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
What does it mean?
Who is obsessed so much with price and prices that they don't understand the value of things. Also things like relationships maybe, or they're just so focused on money.
Oh yeah, the money is
Everyone
just a
has a
figure.
price. Yeah, the price is the most important thing. Was that a train?
Yes,
Zero.
I live
That's
near.
so cool. It's like a film.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, it's like a film. Do your
His
trains sound like
girlfriend
this?
is back.
Can I just say, Chinese trains sound really cool. Yeah, I wish our trains sound like this. Our trains just
It's a carriage tree. It's not a passenger tree, so I think it's not a silver.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's cool. Okay, so to be obsessed with price, is anyone like this? So they knows the price of everything. So they know the price of milk in the supermarket, everything to the penny or the cent. Sri, what about you? Are you this kind of person?
No,
Do you know the price of everything?
no, no. I don't know many prices. So I prefer to value the things that it's important for me. I see the value, then maybe the prices is the second or third option for me.
Okay, so you'd look at other things, not just about the headline price, but what you're getting for this money and stuff like
Yes,
this.
yes. The expensive doesn't mean it's always good or it's always good in ours.
Anyone can
Right.
charge a high price for something, right? So anyone can just put a few extra zeros on. Dennis,
Yes.
your attitude. So do you know anyone who knows this, the price of everything, but doesn't understand value?
No, I have a friend who knows the prices of everything, absolutely everything, and it's absolutely boring. Absolutely, it's absolutely impossible to uh, can stand him. How can I say? Maybe?
It's impossible to not stand or to be able to deal with him. Yeah. So, what do you mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't stand it. You can just say I can't stand it because he's maybe always talking about the prices.
Yeah, but how can I say with impossible to
I don't know what you mean. Yeah. So do you mean
Yeah, with this expression "can't stand" here,
It's
but
impossible to.
impossible to.
You can't stand someone. You can't say it's impossible to stand. It's impossible. No, I don't think you can say it. Yeah, so it's I can't. I would just say I can't stand it. Yeah, so it's impossible not to stand it. No, you can't say. You can't say.
Bear?
Sorry.
To bear
Bear.
him?
It's impossible to bear him. No. I'd say I can't. I would just say I can't stand it or can't stand him when he talks about the prices. That's how I would word it. But there could be another way. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Okay, so guys, we're going to continue straight after if you want to join in. So you're more than welcome. We'll continue with this topic and maybe I'll introduce some new things if it gets a bit there. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Take care and hopefully speak to you in a bit. Cheers.
My ticket is